Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer. And I wanted to follow up on this comment from Steve Watt, who says, always show up. Somebody in a debt buyer lawsuit. Always make them prove it. If you don't show up and fight it, you lose. If you fight and lose, you're not a whole lot worse off than if you default. That's absolutely 100% correct. And we see this in different contexts. So sometimes somebody will say, well, John, I'll have Social Security. I don't own anything. I'm judgment proof, so I'm not going to do anything. And my thought is, that's perfect to fight. You've got nothing to lose. Like, go fight it. You can win your case, and then you can sue the debt collector who sued you. And if you lose, hey, no big deal. But it's really true for most people. I mean, if you're going to just give up and let them get a default judgment, well, then you lose. You might as well show up. And sometimes people say, well, are the odds are that I will lose? Well, it depends, okay? But let's just assume the odds are you will lose. Well, if people didn't take on challenges when the odds were against them, then nobody would ever show up to the football game if they were the underdogs. Nobody would ever show up in basketball if they were not the favorite team. The boxer wouldn't show up if he was not the favorite to win. I mean, that's what we call upsets, and we say, well, on paper, this team is better than this other team. But we don't play it on paper. We play it on the field or on the court. Battles are won sometimes by forces that we say, well, 8 or 9 out of 10 times they would lose. But guess what? You only fight at one time. And maybe that one time is that 1 out of 10 where you win. So my encouragement to people is don't give up. Now I'm not saying don't settle, because it may be appropriate for you to settle. You've got to make that call. I did a recent video where we sort of go through the 5 options. Should you settle? Should you fight? Should you file bankruptcy? But so I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if your choice is give up and do nothing or fight, why would you not fight? Because you can win. Maybe they will stumble and you win. Maybe you'll go in there and you'll just do a much better job than they do and you'll win. You just never know what's going to happen. Again, that's why we play the game if we're talking about a sport. Because you may win even though the other team is better or has more experienced players. It doesn't matter. What matters is the score at the end of the game. And guess what? The score at the end of the game may be judgment for defendant. And so Midland Funding loses, LVMV loses, Portfolio Recovery loses, and you win. Fabulous. What does that mean? Well, maybe I need to sue these jokers under the FDCPA, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, for filing a bogus lawsuit. Maybe I need to sue them for false credit reporting. Maybe I've disputed it through the credit bureaus, and they verify the information, even though I won my case. How crazy is that? Okay. All because we didn't give up, even though maybe the odds are against us. And look, I don't know your court. I don't know your particular case. I don't know the evidence in your particular case. So I can't tell you whether or not the odds are in your favor or against you. But I know this, and this is what Steve was pointing out. If you give up, it's 100% chance you lose. I would much rather have a 10% chance of winning, a 20% chance, a 40% chance, rather than 0% chance of winning, 100% chance of losing. So that's my encouragement to you, Steve. I really appreciate that comment. You just said that very well. And it's not necessary that I did this video. I just wanted to amplify what you said and say thank you for saying it. And I hope people are reading your comment and that gives them some encouragement. Fight these guys. I don't care how big these companies are. Sometimes people say to us, well, you can't possibly take on Equifax or Bank of America or this big company or that big. What are you talking about? Of course we can. Okay? And well, maybe they've got more research. Maybe they do. But are they willing to spend the resources on this fight? And, when we're in court, only one person's talking at a time. They can have 20 lawyers in the courtroom, but only one gets to talk. Okay? And that jury ultimately makes the decision. So, appreciate you guys watching this, Steve. Appreciate your comment, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.